All right, guys, we're back once again here. We have another game for you, of course. This time it's going to be Team Xbalanque versus Vamana. We have some returning...
I'm gonna knock you out. What?
Thank you, Big Play Man Array, aka High Tech Peck. We do have we have Marauder returning from last weekend, and we do have that Phil guy returning. I think Bounty Hunter is back as well.
Cake Man from earlier.
Cake Man from earlier. So a couple names that we recognize from today and last weekend.
So we see sort of lazy grouping, sort of, I guess, to get wards out, and then Apollo, you know, just firing his little pistols, going pew pew.
Are you okay?
I want to see the. I want to see one team just go all in.
We haven't seen it. We've seen people positioning, looking for a pick or group warding, but we haven't seen like. We have an early game fight. Let's take it. I mean, you have these teams are kind of even.
In a sense, yeah. I think the Raw team with a well-placed heal would easily have taken over.
I mean, that's Herc and Bastet just being so strong earlier. I think with Sylvanas as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Osiris, Nemesis, Giannis are nothing to laugh at either. So back harpies start coming out from blue team here on the left side. So that means they are going to be hogging blue buff. They just want to make sure they're even in experience with this dual lane.
In solo.
Oh, here we go. Oh, great hog. Great stun too.
So they got a small advantage now. They're looking for the poke on the Herc, which is smart. You know, just getting a little bit of that.
These two, they need to be careful. Oh, that's a dead Nemesis.
This should be a kill. Yeah, that should be a kill.
There it is. Bastet's gonna get it as well. Oh no!
Herc's gonna grab it. I think either choice is good.
Yeah, of course.
If Bastet gets it, she's incredibly hyper aggressive early, which she should be already. Giving it to the Hercules is just gonna allow him to dominate this lane, I think.
You know, two-step is kind of low in the mid lane. I wonder maybe he put his heal down and elected to sit in it, thinking he was gonna heal more.
He's low in mana too. Like right there, he's not even healing in his own. He's not even healing in his own heal.
Yeah.
He's focusing more on the minions when he had already won with lane pressure, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to see what he's maxing.
Nemesis is putting herself behind by doing
she should have went to yeah.
So right to mid, honestly. Just start leeching. That's really how you get yourself back in the game.
I agree. And this Osiris is gonna have a really rough time with no blue in this lane. He's gonna have to early back and probably buy teleport. If he wants to stay even, at least. He doesn't have to buy teleport, but he's putting himself behind and giving himself high death potential. And once Herc gets 5 and gets Smithies online, especially since he started Death Toll, it's just gonna be bad. And we're all gonna see him buy teleport.
We've seen so many of these solo lane matchups decided in that first minute, the first invade or the first kill. It's kind of crazy. It's just that one mistake.
I mean,
can change the whole game.
You see that even in the SPL, you see it against like the top teams, against like the bottom 2 SPL teams. You would see the same thing, right? That's normally where the game started to snowball, is when they didn't pick the right solo jungle combo to deal with it in the first 2 minutes of the game, or they just didn't pick the right mid jungle to control those camps. You see the teams just abusing that, and I think it's the same thing here. You see the level of skill
I like this gank by Nemesis. It's before mid camps come, but the problem is she's not 5. But they should pick up this kill anyway. Oh, she just missed both her dashes. But I do like it going to the Osiris to keep him relevant, and I think that's gonna help his lane. I think the Nemesis, once she's fine, 5 she'll be fine. I don't know if I like this decision to back.
No, this back is very bad.
She may not make it. I think they both should have rotated to right camps, honestly.
I completely agree. I really like the gank. It was perfectly timed, well positioned, everything. I should have gone right to mids. Straight to mids. That would have caught her back up. Would have made a big difference.
Yeah, now she won't even be 5. She's actually going. I wonder if she's going to do these back RPs instead of going straight to mids. No, at least she's going straight to mids. And it looks like they're going to trade out. Herc's rotating. No, he's just going to secure his blue because his blue hadn't been dropped yet.
Yeah, they lucked out that the other team really didn't aggress too much. But
the Herc actually changed his mind and went back anyway. Ooh, that was great. This is a great combo. Whoo! That was fantastic play from the Sylvanas. Fantastic.
Whichever Raw or Sylvanas, whoever communicated that was perfection. Perfect Raw, all hit 3 people, perfect read.
That fight it was like the Thor wall from the game or two before. It could not have gone any better. I mean, obviously they only picked up 1 kill, but the execution of it could not have gone better.
No, just that alone, it opens up a lot of things. Like the little bit of farm they're gonna get off of it. That was perfect. There's nothing. It couldn't have gone any better.
You know,
Nemesis
I would really
is a
like to.
5
I
now,
would
right?
like to. She can't though because she's gonna have to back. I would have liked to see the aggression come out onto speed.
Onto
and blue
speed,
buff.
yeah. I think they.
It would have been. It wouldn't have been safe.
I think they.
The Raw ult down, Sylvanas ult down.
Yeah, yeah.
Nemesis just hit 5, just got ult. It wouldn't have been a smart choice.
Okay. This dual lane we haven't talked about too much. Both kind of just farming, I think, mostly. The gold is dead even on them. I mean, 30 gold lead. That's the wave that Apollo's doing now, honestly, is where that gold's from. So, dead even on that end. The supports, Sylvanas did pick up one of those kills in mid. So he is 400 gold ahead. And that's going to be big because that's going to get him his Hog 3 online faster if he wants to go that route, which I imagine he's going to. And the Geb doesn't even have Midas yet. So that's huge. Earlier Midas, earlier Hog. This Geb just needs to get the farm he needs and then back and finish Midas as soon as possible.
Yeah, they really need to get that farm going, especially after that mid fight.
It looks like Bastet's looking to challenge this, and I really like this decision, but Herc's focusing on the wave, I think, too much there. No, they're still gonna be able to get him off. Yeah, they need to take this fight. There is a Giannis ult available, and I think the Giannis should be looking to help. Herc's almost just gonna 2v1.
I like the idea of pushing him out, but I think I would have rather gone for a secured kill. Pull into a stun, into a Bastet leap or something would have been a lot better to me.
Because you're going to steal the blue if you get the kill. You're going to steal the blue if you poke them out.
Yeah, they were getting the blue either way, so it would have been nice.
He's going pretty deep for this. He should get it, too. Oh, he hogged the cats, but not enough.
Good attempt. Good attempt.
Yeah, I know it's like easy for you to know, Weekend, but there's actually a surprising amount of people that don't realize that they should be hogging Bastet cats when they come out on you, if you're in a bad situation and can't tank them.
Weekend doesn't know that. He just learned that.
Did I just teach Weekend something?
Yeah. You should teach him about sound play.
You can check out my video later, but we're gonna be seeing people rotate to mid camps once again here. Giannis doing a good job of zoning, allowing the Nemesis to get it, but this could be a bad fight for Red if they don't burst the Raw fast enough. And it's going to be a turnaround, it looks like. It could be dead even.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be a quick pickup there on the Raw. It's gonna really be interesting to see how the rest of the team fight plays out.
So only the Raw was picked up there. They spent a long time trying to kill him instead of bursting him instantly.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna be looking here. Blue team's got a slight advantage. They're up about 2K gold. They have the vision that they need. They could, you know, look for this Gold Fury if they put down a Sentry Ward on it. Ram is backing right now. Sylvanas is back, so they can't really go for it. It's going to be interesting to see what they do here.
Yeah, no one's really in position to try Gold Fury yet. You see the Geb place a counter ward. You look in the inventory, that's just unfortunate timing from him or not being very aware. The Sylvanas is going to rotate to this Gold Fury and for sure counter ward that, and they're going to have the dominant vision for a while. You always want to be careful when you have the first round of sentries usually come about that 6-minute mark, and the reasoning for that is that's when you're going to see it attempted, and if you're the first team to place out that ward, that's normally bad. Oh, did Sylvanas place out the ward and get... Oh, no, he made sure to secure it. The Nemesis tried to counter, but wasn't in time.
So Nemesis is going to go ahead and ward speed. Not really going to be too useful there. It's not going to be coming up anytime soon. It's more to know where that Bastet is. Taking a look, Bastet sees them both rotating there. She's going to get a little bit of poke onto him. Geb's now sitting a little bit over half health. They could look to pick him here and then go for the objective. I think that's what they really need to do
Yeah.
to really
I
escalate
mean,
this
you
game.
look at Team Xbalanque's team composition, and it's incredibly good. Actually, you're going to see they're going to force the Giannis ult. I think this is Gold Fury, or at least the attempt to start it. I mean, they have Bastet Cats. They have the raw heal, Sylvanas heal. They have an incredibly strong early Gold Fury fight, and you see that Bastet doing a great job of trying to poke out the Geb, but she's actually going to put herself in a rough position as well as Nemesis rotated over. And Nemesis is just going to go down. They need to... Cats came out. They need to force a fight very soon, or a Gold Fury, and this Sylvanas raw combo has been disgusting. I don't know, like Weekend said, I don't know who's making the calls for this, but those two have been disgustingly strong together.
Yeah, definitely. And we see the Gold Fury come out here. There's nothing that they could do to stop this. That's really going to start to escalate them and really have Blue Team take control of this game.
Yeah, this Sylvanas has been playing fantastically. His setups have been astounding for his team. He's had probably some of the best Sylvanas ults we've seen all day. So we're going to see Bastet get poked out in the middle here. And let's just take a look. There's actually a pretty significant gold lead early on, 4K. That's huge.
Yeah, very, very true indeed. We're going to see the 4K gold lead come out like you were saying, and now they're looking to aggress a little bit onto the solo lane and go for that blue buff, and then maybe look for the invade. I guess not there. Nem is there, so they're just going to go ahead and fall back a little bit. And, yeah, I mean, taking a look at the players, you really got to give it to the Bastet, Ra, and Sylvanas here. They're all playing their game, even the Herc. So I definitely have to give my picks.
I have to give it to the
those four.
Sylvanas. I think the Sylvanas setup has been astounding. He's had great rotations,
Definitely.
great decision making. We'll ask the scouts and coaches later. They're not currently available on who is making these shot calls. But the Sylvanas, to me, is definitely a standout. Definitely someone you should be looking for. Bastet has played incredibly well as well. And that Hercules has really been dominating the solo lane. Hasn't rotated too much, so it's hard to really tell. The Hunters I haven't seen much, but once again, they come online a little bit late game. And it looks like this Rom's just going to get picked up here. Does he have ult available? His ult was available. I'm surprised he delayed that a little bit. Meanwhile, this Raw's going to get ganked, and he's going to last as long as he can, but it's not going to turn out. But that's going to do it for us, guys. We'll be back shortly with another game. Sylvanas, Bastet, and this Raw are the three to look at. Welcome back once again, guys. We're going to have another game for you coming out here. This one's going to be Team Hercules versus Team Ymir, and once again, 5-man grouping. We see Thor, Hercules, Agni versus basically Arachne, Nox for this early game aggression. Really the strong point.
This might be it here, Weekend. You're
I
all
don't
in that
think
you were
so.
hoping for.
It looks like Red is ready to fight.
Yo,
and Blue is-
they both want to fight. Look at that. This is it, Weekend.
They're getting pinched, though.
Oh.
Poor Arachne Spider
Don't
placement.
back out.
Come on. Look at it. They want it.
Nope.
No,
Nothing.
nothing's gonna come out of this.
I'm so sad right now.
I was ready.
No hype.
That's the only thing I wanted.
I was ready for the level 1 fight.
Might
I mean,
point out,
it's a pretty even level 1 fight.
I
it
think
could have gone either way. Yeah.
I
for sure.
think it's dependent on the Arachne getting someone incredibly low early, but I think the Thor, I mean Agni in that small corridor, Thor, Herc, I think they just have the better level 1. But if Arachne can get someone straggling and pick them off early, I think it could have went in their favor.
Yeah. If you had a well-timed Nox 3 on top of a taunt from the Athena on like a Thor spin, it would have turned the fight.
For
but
sure.
That's a really, really sketchy thing to do, especially when you're trying to show yourself off in a combine like this. That's not the best choice.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, sometimes it's risk versus reward. You know,
Sometimes you just gotta risk
even
it.
though you get a kill, even though you get a
Risk it.
kill, sometimes it's not worth it, and we're gonna recognize that.
I'm expecting big things out of this Arachne. I really am.
You haven't.
You have high hopes.
You have high hopes for all the Circuits and Arachnes.
No, this Link player, I know he watches my YouTube videos.
Oh yeah,
I
this
expect
was
big
the Awelix from before, right?
things. He played Bastet one game.
Or it was
not
Bastet, you're right.
Hercules.
My
Yes.
mistake. So Link returning once again. Did very well earlier. We can see if he's gonna have another good game. So right away, I don't think this Nox is poking this Agni enough. Like this Agni is putting himself into bad spots, and she is not punishing him at all, and he's out clearing.
Definitely.
Like she should be fighting. His abilities are down. She needs to turn and spam abilities, I think, on him.
I feel like the Thor just missed this entire wave too. He tagged it and he rotated, but I don't think that the Herc put enough pressure out to clear it in time, so he missed that.
Yeah,
entire
he's
wave.
level 3. So dual lane aggression is gonna go to Apollo Athena early. They are a little bit outfarmed, but that's just because they don't get as much experience on blue side. And it looks like the teams are just gonna look to back off there. I mean, they should be invading this red, I think. I mean, Arachne, Nox, and their dual lane has aggression. How do you feel, Weekend?
They are underleveled. The Agni outpushed the Nox and is doing well. And I think as a jungler, if my mid I saw was getting outplayed or getting outpushed, it would really be kind of sketchy to push in and try to steal that red. I'm looking at the right side, the solo lane, and the Osiris is bullying the Hercules right now.
Yeah, and I think that comes down to the Death Toll. I mean, if you have Death Toll on Osiris versus a Herc early, you're gonna win. It just works out that way as long as you're harassing properly. Death Toll works. It just does so well early on for Osiris that he beats Herc every time, I think, early. As long as Osiris doesn't put himself in positions to get pulled and driving striked, he's gonna win the early game at least.
So we're at 240. We have 2 level 5s. We have on each team. We just hit 3. What are you looking for this Arachne to do in the mid camp?
She's
here?
looking to pick the rotator. I love this play.
It's actually really It's a good
I
idea.
think this dual lane should let Geb rotate. They just need to back off and let him rotate. Like, it's just the biggest bait in the world. There he goes. I think she should have taunted him out of the rollout there, but great decision by him too.
Yeah.
That was I love the Arachne play. I love the Geb play. Great decision by both. That was fantastic in my opinion.
This Geb is going to be hurting though on XP. He's not going to get the right camps or the left ones.
Yeah, he won't get his Midas online as fast, but he didn't get picked level 1. He didn't give up first blood, which he
He's not level 5 either.
very easily could have. Yeah, they're just going to make sure not to fight here, I think.
Wall down, that's pretty big. They have the taunt and the Nox all available here. They could potentially look for something.
Yeah, Geb's going to hit 5 though. So the Hercules, he backed. Osiris forced him out, and he's going to lose a wave under tower. But it looks like he has elected not to go teleport, because typically you would have already seen it come out, honestly. Like, if you're going to buy teleport, you're going to buy it on your first back to make sure you stay relevant or get ahead.
I'm waiting for the first Thor ult. See if he can secure a kill with it.
Where would you ult? On the Nox?
Idea would have been in the dual lane, but the dual lane's playing really safe.
Yeah.
I mean, you could gank the Nox, but at the same time, if that Agni is pushing the Nox out the whole time, and then all of a sudden stops pushing him out, that kind of lets you know they're looking to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably look at dual lane. There's no wards. He might not know that, but if you path correctly, you could easily get an ult off from gold.
Alright, so we have them just picking up their right side buffs, just playing very safely right now.
Yeah, they're trying to maximize farm.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, blue team has a slight advantage right now, but
I like the words coming out from Agni too, making sure he's not going to get picked from that side. And Link is looking for more invades, but he has the Athena ult as well. I think he should just aggress on this, force them to reset it, or if they fight, call for the Athena ult. Oh, he hogged too early.
He hogged way too early.
yeah.
I like the aggression. It didn't turn out in his favor. Just mistimed hog, and that was, I mean, I almost think he thought the Geb would, like, get scared in reaction hog, and the Geb held his hog perfectly because he knew it wasn't there yet.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I think he should have aggressed. He should have thrown his spiders on a person and not on the creeps, and just gone in and started attacking, make them fall off of it.
Yeah, they would have either fought him, and he could have called the Athena ult, or they would have backed off, and he would have reset the blue.
Poke here. Good wall.
Yeah, he's gonna. I think he needs to ult.
Oh.
He needed, the second that Thor wall came out, he needed to ult. There was no way he was going to be able to stay in that fight. He had to ult and get out. He took too much poke, and the Agni burn damage is going to finish him off. Now Thor is ulting. This Apollo's in a really bad spot, and they set it up perfectly. Thor held his ult for a while there.
I think he was waiting for after the Athena ult, but it just wasn't enough time.
Yeah. Oh, 2 autos, and he would have died. Red team got very low.
Here comes the Agni rotation too. This should be a kill.
I don't like that dash. He'll pick up the kill. I don't like the dash there. He could have just bomb stunned. He obviously knew where the Athena was.
Oh, wow.
You very, very, very rarely want to dash stun with Agni. And when you do, you want to make sure that your team is going to be able to... It's really positions where you can't bomb stun and that you know your team can follow up with a ton of damage if they focus you.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to see them give up the mid camps here. They might actually lose both mid camps now.
Yeah,
it might be a rough fight for the Thor.
I mean, Thor can lay down a stun here, and they might be able to
blow
blow up.
the Geb is there, yeah. If Geb comes rotating, for sure.
I don't like this decision by Arachne. She went on the Agni who had dash up instead of focusing on the Thor or securing right camps, and now she's pinched again. Her ult's down.
Ooh.
2 missed abilities
really
by
bad
red
wall.
team. Drop the kill. But I don't like the decision to go on the Arachne there, or excuse me, the Agni there. There wasn't anything to gain. You couldn't poke him out. You're already 3 levels behind him.
The Iraqis actually going to have a tough time against a lot of the matchup on the other team.
Yeah, there's
Thor does really
there's so
well,
much
Agni does
control
really well.
against her too.
Yeah, so we're going to see right away Geb is, you know, doing a really good job of rotating. He has great awareness, like we saw with that early rotation. Seems like Agni's sort of there too. He's rotating well. He's there when he needs to be. And I really got to give it to them so far. Like, Thor's playing well, but he really hasn't impressed me yet.
No, the Agni is the one. He's just playing solid. He
I
hasn't
agree.
making any big plays yet, but he's in a position to where if it falls on him, I think he would be the one to carry out a team fight.
Yeah, this Osiris has been, I mean, he's dominating. They're both 0-0-0, and he has 500 gold on him already without teleport to towers. This Osiris is like
Good sentry ward
destroying
coming
the
out
Herc.
by the Thor too to counter the vision on gold.
Typically, you don't see junglers come out with sentries this early. When's the last time you bought a sentry pre-10 minutes?
That's really smart though. It's the Thor knows his optimal gang spot is gonna be Gold Fury and Fire. So
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
perfect
great.
counter ward.
This
is
is going to be a great fight. They need to go on the Geb. They need to ignore the Agni, go straight on the Geb, and yep, that's what they're going to do. They're going to pick him. Thor's in the area. I think he probably should have ulted a little bit sooner.
He should have ulted way earlier. The second there was any initiation, it would have been a perfect. If they even grouped up for him, the Geb hit a 3-man ult.
Probably could have turned that fight in their favor. But I like the decision for them to go straight onto the.
I like
Arachne.
this decision from the Arachne too. Is she looked for the speed and she's
Yeah, this
like, looking
Osiris
for the
is
blow.
dominating. I mean, they could very easily win this 2v2.
Paulo, did he just ulti mid?
Yeah, that was not a good choice.
Was
He's gonna
there-
miss out on the wave. The
There
Rama
wasn't
should've pushed the
anything,
wave.
was there?
Nope, the Agni is a half health, and it's an Agni dash.
Athena
Athena
ulted
just
on
ulted
right.
right.
They're going really far. Great taunt though. They should just do this blue now. Yeah, that could have been very dangerous. It still might be
gonna be
dangerous. Yeah, he's dead.
dead.
He went way. There was no reason to go into tower there, and now he kind of, honestly, he baited his team.
Oh, good wall.
His team followed up. Nox is gonna die for it.
Should go Gold Fury right here.
I
Apollo
agree.
ults down.
Thor's
would
in
say,
the
yeah,
air. I
Thor
think you just
wasted a
ult
ball.
mid
Yeah.
and then go gold. Yep, that's
It was a
exactly what he
wasted
did.
ult.
Pretty good
This
plays
should
coming
be
out from
free.
Red Team here.
Should be free gold, but they could have done that.
Pause
a
comes
lot.
There's a little bit of a pause. We'll work on getting the scout here. I'll just fast forward it for now. But great decision making by red team. Blue team, I like the aggression. They just went a little too hard. And great rotation from red team to counteract it. Sometimes the aggression you want is, you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to force yourself into bad spots. And that's what it seems like the blue team is doing there.
You have to have that one person who can say, all right, this is too much, back off.
Yeah.
You must have that person, and if you can do that, you're at an advantage already.
But we do have the coach for these two teams, Hercules here. We talked to him earlier. He was an SPL mid laner last season. Definitely going to be looking forward to see if he can make it in again. Hercules, thank you for joining us. Who stood out to you?
Thus far, I'm trying to find out where you, because I'm in a different spot in the game.
We're at 10:30.
Okay,
right
is the
now.
game okay?
They just got their first
Okay.
Gold Fury.
Okay, all right. So, standing out. I mean, the Bastet I think stands out. I think Poseidon's made.
Whoa! You're thinking
Wrong
of two
game.
different games
Wrong
here.
game. This is Team Hercules versus Team Ymir. Link was on an Arachne. It was Osiris, Arachne, Nox, Athena, Apollo. You're a game ahead of us.
Oh my gosh! I wish I had the match ID right now. You're throwing me around, man. All over the place. I'm busy today.
Can you look it up real quick?
Yeah. Let me pull it up for you.
All right, awesome.
If you guys want to talk about something else real quick.
Okay.
Let's just talk about Herwin. Just dropped the ball there. And
Huge ball drop. I mean, it's almost like his
I think
his
it's gonna hurt
Vulcan
my,
ults.
my chances to get in the SPL probably.
Weekend, who are you liking so far?
I think the Thor is being pretty solid. I think the Agni is the one who
I agree.
would really rely on. Like, if I saw my mid player doing this well, I wouldn't be worried going into late game. So
what's he
I'd
gonna
probably
do
put
with all
my
those
everything on the
apples?
Yeah, I mean, just look at this. Like, this Nox should have had the huge advantage early, and he is that 1,300 gold behind? 1,300 gold and only 1 gold for your ticket. That's 300 gold.
Yeah.
That means this Agni is out farming this Nox by 1,000 gold at 11 minutes. That is beyond believable, especially considering the Nox is 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Nox should have done really well in lane, honestly, against the Agni. So I have to give it to the Agni this game.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with you there. Agni, I feel like the Geb is playing fairly exceptional as well. And then the Thor is just sort of doing his job. So it would be interesting to see what he does late game and if he could really transition into this initiation. Or
Yeah.
if he's going to go with more, I'm going to die
It
to
was-
your backline.
It was good for you to mention it again because
Whoa. That
That was
was
really
a
bad play.
very, 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 like
Does that
even
change
if
your
he
mind?
even if he hit the Arachne there, that was a bad idea.
yeah, that was way too deep. I do like a lot of the Gebs plays though. Like we saw earlier, remember
agree.
when he was rotating to the first mid camps? He had the knowledge to go around his own red buff instead of straight into the team. Like things like that, a lot of players don't know.
I agree. I think the Geb for sure is Lord Awesome is the standout for Team Ymir right now. Oh, well, of course with the Agni as well. Though Cyrus has really bullied. Do you know what game we're on now, Herwin? By the way.
Yeah, I figured it out.
All right,
guys.
all right. So who did you like here?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Agni again on this one. I mean, the Thor is pretty good. I did not like that the Thor didn't just ult at the first mid camps and just like look for something. Like everyone looked pretty scared at the start of the game. I didn't like that, but he immediately ran a duo, picked up a kill, so that was pretty good. But yeah, I think the Agni by far, like compared to everyone else, is playing much better.
Okay.
Definitely a standout player.
Yeah, I'd say the Thor, more so doing his job, could be doing a lot better. Link really hasn't had a great game, so maybe you need to come out with some more YouTube videos, Weekend.
Oh my.
Oh, good on that. That was a low blow.
Get called
Uh,
out.
But before we go, how is communication and how did this Osiris translate to late game? Because he is dominating this lane even though he hasn't secured any kills.
Well, I'd say it's definitely something to look out for. It's definitely interesting to see how it progresses. It's an interesting transition in the late game. I think he maybe doesn't have the same presence he has now as you enter the late game.
Okay.
But I definitely think he does his role well.
Okay.
Despite that.
Awesome. And then, like I said, communication. What's the word on that? Who is shot calling for both teams, and who is really the best communicators?
Definitely the best communicators would be on the team of Too Many Apples and the Thor player.
Okay.
And the standout communicators would definitely be, I'd say, the Thor.
Okay.
And the Agni. Everything's being run from the mid right now.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Herwind. That's going to be it for this game. We'll let you, like always, get back to coaching and scouting. And we'll take a look at the next game here coming up shortly, guys. Welcome back once again, guys. We have another game for you. This time it's going to be Team Sobek taking on Team Wukong. Another grouping by Red Team. Weekend, is this the game? Is this the game?
This is
Weekend?
it.
Don't get my hopes up.
Dude, look at this. Look at the 5-man grouping. The Sylvanas is gonna get picked. I can feel
He's
it.
reading it, dude. Dude, don't call out Wolfman. I believe.
Oh, no.
He didn't even see it. This actually could be it.
They pinged him. They want
They
this
don't know
fight.
where he's at.
They want it.
They want the fight. They're facing
Come
a
on.
Herc Vulcan. I actually like that Vulcan turret
Oh,
placement.
Cyrus leveled his 2. It doesn't slow.
They may turn this fight.
This is a turn fight for Blue.
I mean,
Oh, come on.
Sylvanas hit a 1. Please.
Sylvanas hit the 1.
Hit the 1.
Sylvanas, he didn't level it.
No, he did. It's 1 second cool. There he goes.
Oh!
Fight.
The
Big
Thor!
Oh, Sylvanas stole
Fine.
first blood. Sylvanas, I love you, man, but don't steal first blood on a secured kill. That's an
That's all
incom play.
incom that.
Yeah, that's an. I still remember that SPL game where he took first blood and then a second kill
And then a third.
and then a third. A level 1 fight.
And then you
I
guys
still
proceeded to
expect
lose
this
the
800
game.
gold lead to go places.
That was the thirst. I think that
Let's
was
not
like the
talk about
first. I love you, Weekend, but a great start for Team Sobek, and I like this. They're securing. Look at them. They're grabbing these mid camps. They're just gonna hog it. Just hog it. Just hog it. Don't. Just hog it. Just hog it. There you go. Took you a while, but I like this decision. They grabbed mid camps there. That was great. They took the early kills, and then they grabbed mid camps, basically shutting down this dual lane. But they waited on the hog, so they are going to be a little late on this blue buff.
It's a good thing Sylvanas hit level 2 there because he got that first blood. Now he was able to heal up, do a little bit more damage. It's actually not that bad.
It's okay.
I would have much rather seen him get that second kill. But
I really almost think he should have grabbed the blue buff, to be honest. I mean, obviously Team Snipes doesn't need it. This Sylvanas is basically going to carry this lane.
You said believe in Wolfman, and
I believe
I'm
in him.
believing.
All right, so immediately, let's take a look at Solo, though, before we get too far ahead of ourselves. We're going to see a Thor Herc. Red team doing a great job. They pushed out, but they didn't aggress too far. We've seen too many times in this Combine, Hercules just get kills under tower early because of poor placement from the enemy team, or poor positioning.
Yeah, I really feel like they should have early invaded, though. I feel like the level 1 fight went heavily in their favor, and the Hercules got a kill. So he had the XP lead. He was level 2 off of mid-Harpies. I would have liked to see them push that even farther.
Yeah, so we saw great decision-making by blue team to steal mid-camps, but, or excuse me, by the dual lane to steal mid-camps, but not as much decision-making for that over on the solo and jungle side.
So Vulcan helped Red, but I don't think he's going to get XP for it.
No, that was way too long.
Yeah, so a little bit of.
And he also left before finishing that wave. His turret should get it.
His turret's there, so he'll get the XP for it. But
I actually wouldn't put that on the Vulcan though. I put that on the Thor. He should have rotated to the middle lane, helped clear, and then
I agree.
They both should have rotated.
Right, exactly.
And just like right now, this is very poor experience split by both. Like the Thor should have went mid lane. Like they should have split that red, the back harpies, then mid, and then the speed, other back harpies, mid.
Right.
Yeah. I think his thought process is, I think he feels like he's getting the Vulcan ahead by giving him that farm, but he's not. They should definitely be splitting.
Definitely.
That way, you want both to be 5 coming into these mid camps.
Yeah,
this Osiris need to be careful that it doesn't get turned on. It looks like the Herc's abilities are down. Oh, great stun. That's a first blood, or not a first blood. That's a third blood.
That's good first blood coming out.
That's
Kevin.
a third blood. That was a great combo. The wall actually stunning Agni mid dash. Now that Agni's dash isn't CC immune anymore, and they'll probably dominate both these mid camps. I mean, the Thor should look to focus right, and because there's no way the Geb can really rotate unless he rotates around the backside now, Sylvanas should just be able to secure lefts. I think they need to not look for a fight. They're already ahead. Just secure both camps for free.
Definitely. You're looking at almost a 1,500 gold. Oh yeah, 1,500 gold lead already at 3 minutes. There's really no reason for them to not push everywhere. Get both mid hit camps and then push out all the lanes. And
Herc might be in a little. Oh my!
That was the Osiris. He was playing way too risky. I saw that earlier too. He was playing way too risky under tower. You always have to be wary of the Hercules. Like unless you're full health, you probably shouldn't be there. And they're gonna fight this. This is a great combination. I think they should turn on the Agni. The Agni's dash is down. They're gonna grab him. Great pull.
Ooh. And then the Rom
and then T-Snipe.
That's my boy T-Snipe.
This should be a Gold Fury.
This is great play. I agree. T-Snipes is ready for it, I think, but I don't think the rest.
I wish they had called Gold Fury with the Vulcan turret and all their health at full. I really feel like that should have been a Gold
mechanically
Fury.
right now, and as a team, Team Sobek is playing phenomenally. Like the rotation there.
Team who?
Team Sobek.
Sobek.
Please stop. Team Sobek, T-Snipes did a great job rotating, getting his ult off. Thor dunking perfectly right after the knock-up coming out from Sylvanas, and Vulcan just being there too, hitting his Earth Shaker. Fantastic plays from all of them.
It was really
I can't give that to a single player for making that.
No, it was a team effort, and it was a great choice. Whoever made the call would be the one who should get the credit for that.
Definitely great individual play coming out there, and that's really what you want to see from a Thor when they have double mid camp control like that, and it just worked out beautifully.
So I'm actually surprised the Herc is. So he's basically even with the Osiris. I mean, he has 2 kills. Like he's only 300 gold ahead, but he got less than
stunned out mid dash again.
Oh, in mid?
Yeah, luckily Geb was there to shield him to avoid the stun. But
yeah. I'd like to see this Hercules more ahead than he is, considering he's got 2 kills to the 0, to the 0-1 of Osiris. But he's doing okay, I guess.
T-Snipes is doing really well. He actually has a pretty big XP lead on this on her, even after rotating. Like, yeah, he got a kill, but I mean that's a full rotation. You're looking at a 600 gold lead between just from the ADC.
Good poke. This Thor and this mid Vulcan are really comboing their stuff very, very well together. They're timing everything pretty good. I think all of blue team is doing fantastically. Is there anyone on red team you're seeing that you're liking so far?
Nothing too great. I mean, I like the Osiris actually, even after the Hercules getting the early kill and lead. He was doing really well in lane. He just pushed up too far. So if he were to be able to hold himself back a little bit, I would actually give him some credit.
Did
Haven't
Thor
really
just
seen
dunk
much
mid?
out of the Nemesis.
I think Thor just dunked mid
Yeah, he did.
and missed.
They backed off of it. I think he might have ulted on a ward.
Okay.
I think they just hurt him.
Okay. Mid camps are coming up here soon. I want to see blue team take the fight again. I mean, they don't have the Thor dunk,
Yeah,
but
that's a misplay. That's with the mids coming up. They really shouldn't have wasted ult like that.
okay.
It's more secure to just go for a mid camp fight than fight at the front end of a tower on an Agni with a dash.
Yeah. And now they're not even positioned on the lefts for it. They went and did red. They'll take
No.
rights, but they shouldn't be giving red free mids.
Sylvanas is like trying to force something here, and there's really
So
no
is the
follow
Herc.
up for
I
him.
mean, the Thor, sorry. The Vulcan ended up soloing mids. That I don't know.
So again,
it's good for them
like,
to get him, but
These players are playing great with like mechanics, but they're in terms of like experience sharing and just overall map presence, I guess, is kind of feels
Weak.
weak. Yeah, it almost feels like they're not in comms, right? They're like, but then when they team fight amazingly.
Yes.
So
I
it's,
think all it is not thinking ahead and planning ahead. I think
Right.
they're just kind of they're probably communicating great amongst what they want to do at that time, but not what that's going to lead into or why they're doing it.
It's not, hey, I have my ult coming up in 10 seconds. Let's look to force a fight right here once mid camp spawn. It's more like, hey, my ult's up. Do you want to gank mid? Yeah, I can combo off of it.
yeah.
Yep. I really do like some of the play. I just wish they would kind of plan things out.
Definitely.
They're keeping their gold lead. That's what's important here.
For sure. I mean, it's sitting at 3,400, and if they had got that early gold fury, they'd be about 5k ahead, which would have been astounding. And there's no reason they shouldn't have got it. We're gonna see Thor gank right here. He didn't ult in. I think he might just be relieving some pressure for this Herc, just poking him out, but he's not really doing much. I mean, the Osiris has full Witchblade on. He's just gonna run away.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was just kind of let me get some XP, some gold, and I'll maybe Pokemon team a bit.
He's looking for another dash. He's doing a great job of poking this Agni. And this Agni is just tanking the turret. He's 2 levels behind already. He's in a very bad position. He's 700 gold behind, and no gold fury has been taken.
I mean, the whole team's really behind right now. They're really struggling to even stay in this game.
On this back, I would be looking at the invade on speed, which it seems like they're kind of interested in. I just hope they really commit to it.
If he ults, he's gonna be hurt instantly. Okay, he's gonna port in. I don't know about the port in. I mean, he wasted his escape to get in, and he may get. Is he gonna get out of this? He won't get out of this. Yeah,
No,
I don't
that
like
was
the
a
port in
port.
there. Did he have vision? He didn't even have vision.
No, they didn't have vision. He just threw and saw the damage. And
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, wait, they did put a ward in there. They did put a ward in there. I don't
Okay,
know when it came.
I think that
I
just
really
got
would've
placed
put ult
though.
in.
I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
I would rather seen an ult into it. Or at least if he was gonna throw through, he could have waited for his team to set up. He went in way too early.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely gonna see.
They did get the blue out of it, which is
Okay.
a plus, but
Yeah,
could
definitely.
have gone better.
So right away, we'll see the Sylvanas go into mid lane. They're gonna try to look for something on this Agni. They're kind of camping this Agni, and they're really making sure that he can't get too like overly aggressive onto the Vulcan, which is good because you don't want this Agni snowballing at all really and getting a whole bunch of AoE team fight damage off.
For sure. I'm waiting for someone to really commit to an objective like the gold fury, to a real big objective. Because the team fight is there for both teams. It's just whoever can execute.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if blue team here takes a team fight, finds even one pick and takes another gold fury, it's gonna be really hard for red team to come back. They have a great team comp for late game, but it's getting to the point where they're not gonna make it to late game.
That's how it's looking. This Nemesis really could put a lot of pressure on the Hercules, though, even though like he is so far, well, maybe not so far ahead, but he does have those kills. I really would like to see either a strong gank out of that or a gank in the duo lane on the Geb.
Right.
Or sorry, not the Geb, the Sylvanas.
So we're about 10 minutes in. Who are you really liking for these two teams?
I think T-Snipes on the Rama was strong early. I really think he hasn't been able to do anything more than he's doing. Like he's really doing everything to his full effect.
Right.
I think the Vulcan and the Thor comboing has been really well. I can't say one stood out because they're just team fighting so well. If I had to put just individual skill, I'd probably pick the Rama from what I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. And
Oddtunes has been doing a great job, but unfortunately, some of his decisions haven't been the greatest. With splitting the camps and with the port into speed buff, like if he had vision on there, I mean, I think they had just placed that ward, but they should have had the ward there already. Or at least he should have. I feel like he should have just went around the corner instead of just trying to make a big play like that, a big flashy play like that.
right.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, I pretty much agree. I think that's going to be it for this game, guys. We will be back shortly with your next set of games.